Okay, now we zoom into the changes in the tax law that affect companies. Okay? How many of you have companies? Can I skip this one? No, I cannot. Okay. Okay, never mind. Okay, the most interesting proposal in the budget is the reduction of corporate tax. Earlier on, I mentioned that I think is half-heartedly. But do you remember when our government implemented GST, they mentioned that they will reduce individual tax, they will reduce corporate tax, okay? Which they have done for individual and also corporate tax, and they want to do it further for corporate tax. And the proposed reduction for 2017 is between 1 to 4%. But how do you calculate the reduction? It's not so straightforward as chargeable income multiplied by the new corporate tax rate. No, sorry. It's more complicated than that. They are going based on incremental chargeable income from business source. Well, what does it mean? How many of you know how to compute chargeable income from business source? None. Okay. All your interest and rental that is passive is excluded from this reduction in tax rate. Okay. Dormant and loss-making company definitely doesn't apply. And it's for 2 years only, 17 and 18. Okay, so you look at the incremental. If you have 5% to 9.99%, your corporate tax rate is reduced by 1%. If your incremental business chargeable income is between 10 to 14.99, the rate of reduction is 2%, and so on. Okay, let's see how to compute this one. Very simple, okay? Very simple example. Okay, I'm not talking about this very simple. This is not simple. Okay, I'm giving you a simple example first. Okay, let's say you have this company. 2016, the business chargeable income is 10 million. Next year, the business chargeable income is 12 million. So the incremental is 2 million, which is equivalent to 20%. So the increment is 20%. So how much reduction in tax rate do you get? 4%, the maximum. Okay, and how is it computed? On your first 10 million is the normal corporate tax rate, 24%. You only get the reduction based on your incremental, which is the 2 million. Okay, so your tax savings is about 80,000. Okay, comes out to be 2.8%. And your effective tax rate now is 23.3%. Okay? I don't know how many taxpayers outside they know how to calculate this one. But what do you think about this reduction of corporate tax rate? It's complicated, confusing. What happens when things are complicated and confusing? You tend to do it wrongly. And what happens when you do wrongly? Who is happy? IRB, because they can penalize you for incorrect return. Okay, so to me, I think it's half-heartedly, although they did promise a reduction of corporate tax rate, which they did do, but to me, it's too complicated and confusing. All right, okay, we will see how is this implemented next year. Okay, the second one is a reduction of rate to SME. This one is very straightforward. So SME get to enjoy 1% reduction on the first 500,000 chargeable income. Okay, so if you see the quantum of savings is about 5,000, okay, because it's 1%, and it's on the first 500,000 only. Okay, the next one, okay, for my students, okay, in Tax 2, remember when you learn about withholding tax. What is withholding tax? Income that a non-resident receives from Malaysia is subject to Malaysian tax. That Malaysian tax, we call it withholding tax. Okay? Remember this income under section 4, big A1 and 2, relating to services. So if a non-resident performs services in Malaysia, okay, and the non-resident receives income, okay, that income is subject to Malaysian tax. We have to withhold tax. Okay? And what we learn in tax 2, if the services is performed outside Malaysia, no withholding tax, alright? But now they change. Even though it's performed outside Malaysia, you still have to withhold tax. Okay? So they are going back to the original position, I think, 10 years ago. However, if the non-resident country has a double tax agreement, you can still fall back to the double tax agreement, okay, to reduce your withholding tax or totally eliminate. Okay? Okay, so irrespective of where the services are performed, it is subject to withholding tax now. Okay, the next change is the definition of royalty. Okay, now they expanded the definition of royalty to include all this. Okay, software, satellite, granting of license, claim and tips. Okay, so for those in the e-commerce business, something for you to think about, or whether it will affect you if you have transaction with non-resident. Public entertainer. Okay, the definition has been widened as well. Okay, to include the one that I bold. Okay, so now we are called public entertainer. Yeah, I think someone send a message to our lecturer also. Are we a public entertainer? Huh? I hope not. But it's for income tax purposes only, okay? Not for other purposes, okay? Yeah, for those lecturer, inviting lecturer, okay? If UTAR were to invite a lecturer from overseas and you pay them, you have to pay withholding tax, okay? Still not satisfied with that slide, still what to say. Okay, never mind. Okay, the next one is donation. Okay, so what do we learn previously in Tax 2? If you make donation to a approved institution, you can claim a deduction, but there's a cap. Okay, that is cash donation. And also if you contribute cash or in kind for sports activity, you also can claim a deduction. Okay, the changes here is, first, if you make cash donation to a fund that is established for a profit making, okay, but it's approved by the Director General of Inland Revenue Board, now you can claim a tax deduction. Last time cannot. The approved fund that you contribute cash, IRB will only approve if you are a non-profit organization most of the time. Okay, but now they expand to approved fund incorporated by institution. Okay, it could be for profit making, but they must get Director General approval first. Cash donation. And the sports activity, they have dropped off the in-kind. Okay, so you can only claim a deduction if you contribute cash in relation to sport activities. Right? Okay, this is a tax deduction to be claimed by companies if they pay to sponsor arts, cultural, heritage activities. Okay, existingly, if the company sponsor local and foreign art, there's a cap of 500,000. Okay, and out of this 500,000, the foreign arts that you sponsor is capped at 200,000. Okay, but now they increased already. Okay, both cap has been increased. Total that you can claim now is 700,000 plus the foreign arts and culture. Okay, so now it's getting more technical. Okay, the next one is the industrial building allowance. Okay, IBA. IBA is claimed by companies who carry out qualifying activities like manufacturing. Okay, and the building is used for the qualifying activity, like a factory. Okay, and also covers many others, right? So the current position is you can only claim IBA if you are the owner of the building and you operate the building. If you let it out, there's no IBA. So I think taxpayer has been lobbying quite hard on this, and now they propose to give you the IBA, provided you do not lend out more than 10% of your floor area. Okay, let's see the illustration. So for case 1, you have a factory, that's an industrial building under the Income Tax Act. 90% of the floor area is used for your qualifying activity. And the remaining 10% you lend out. Okay? You can do whatever they want to do. Okay? So for this case, based on the new proposal, you can claim IBA 100%. Okay? No need to do the apportionment anymore. But if you lend out more than 10%, you can only claim IBA on the qualifying activity, the floor area, 85% in this example. Okay, structured internship program. Existingly, company can claim double deduction on interns, and it is available to students who are pursuing degree and also the vocational, but up to level 4 and 5. So in our 2017 budget proposal, they have extended it to Malaysian Skills Certificate level 3. Okay, I'm not sure what's the difference. Okay, but I think you can go to the website and check. Okay, it's a vocational skill. It's a certificate. And the current incentive is expiring soon, so it's extended for another 3 years. Okay, so 2 changes to the structured internship program. This is double deduction. Four and 5-star hotel. Currently, they are enjoying either investment tax allowance or pioneer status. Okay, but both is expiring end of this year. So in the budget 2017, it is proposed that this incentive be extended for another 2 years. Okay, so this is applicable for those who have 4 or 5-star hotel. Okay, country by country report is something new. Okay, it is regarding transfer pricing. And now Malaysia is very active in cooperating with other countries' tax authority, right, on transferring of profit to low tax countries. Okay, so there's a new requirement from next year, but it's only applicable to group which has a turnover of 750 euro million. Okay, so not all is affected. Okay, but this comes in fact next year, and the first filing is on December 2018. Okay, so if you don't file, there's a penalty of 20 to 100,000 or imprisonment, 6 months or both. Okay, as you see, every year there's a penalty provision. Okay. Changes to the stamp duty. Okay, this is existing. Okay, existing, you have first 100% stamp duty exemption for no-cost house, not exceeding 42,000 in Peninsular Malaysia or 47,000 in Sabah Sarawak. Okay, and it is for S&P executed from January 22. Okay, it's a very quite old incentive. In 2012, you have 100% stamp duty exemption, but the house of the price must not exceed 300,000. And 2015, you have a 50% stamp duty exemption. The house price cannot exceed 500,000. Okay, and all is expiring end of this year. Okay, so what is proposed in our 2017 budget? Again, there's a cap, okay, to the value of the house. When can you buy this house? 300,000. Which area now? Who's going to enjoy this one? Sungai Longgar apartment. First home, okay, first home. So for those who are you graduating, okay, planning to get your first home. Price must not exceed 300,000 if you want to enjoy the 100% stamp duty exemption, okay? But if your house is 500,000, you can still enjoy the exemption in a two-tier format. Okay, first tier is your first 300,000 exempted 100%. And the next 200,000 will be on the prevailing, on the 100%. Okay, 100% stamp duty exemption for the first 300,000, and the remaining will go to your 2%. Okay, there is a window period. It's from 2017 to 2018. Okay, 2 years window period. There's a stamp duty increase for property more than 1 million. Okay, last time it's only 3%, now they are increasing to 4%, but it's only effective 2018. Okay, so if you want to buy property more than 1 million, you know what to do lah, if you want to save on tax. Maybe it's to boost the property market. I don't know. 1% is huge, you know. Okay, maybe this is more interesting lah, the individual, you and me. Okay, the first one is the deduction for spouse, okay, for those who are married. Okay, previously you can claim a 4,000 deduction if your spouse is not working. Okay, no income. Or you want to consolidate your spouse income tax return. Okay, what is proposed in the 2017 budget? The relief is no longer given if your spouse has overseas income. Okay, last time they were not so detailed in checking. Okay. This one, lifestyle relief. Okay, current position. You can claim a tax relief in your income tax return on all this. Okay, what is the proposed in the budget? What changes? Okay, now it's all combined and call it as one relief. It's called a lifestyle relief, and there's a maximum of 2,500 per year. And the scope, the things that you can claim under this relief has been expanded as well. How much is the smartphone and tablet now? iPad, iPhone? 3,000 plus the ringgit falling like don't know what against US dollar. Yeah. Huh? Finish. Your claim is finished. Okay, let's see how it impacts. Okay, is there a better relief? Okay, we are comparing over 3 years. All right. So existingly, you look at this column here. Okay? Existing relief. Okay, you can claim all this, and over the 3 years, you can claim all this. So after 3 years, existingly, if you claim everything to the max, your tax relief is 6,900. Okay? But with this new proposal, you can claim after 3 years, if you claim the maximum, you get 7,500. So there is some savings, insignificant.
Should we look at the yearly tax relief rather than 3 years?
You can do that, but I'm assuming that you are claiming to the max. That means every year you claim to the max. Okay? Of course, if you are claiming less than the max, then you have to do your own adjustment. Okay? But I'm sure everybody is claiming to the max. Huh? No one. Max planning. Okay? Okay, for the new budgets, don't buy your breast pump this year. Buy it next year. Okay, for those who are going to give birth, or your relative or your friend, tell them don't buy this year. Buy next year. Okay? Next year you are giving a relief of 1,000. Okay, claim it. You can only claim once in 2 years, you know.
Even though we actually buy it for as a present to not for our
children aged up to 2 years. Okay, they can very easily check your income tax return, your children.
It must be for own use.
Yeah. You pass the receipt to your. You see, I give you 2 presents.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one is the goods, one is the tax relief. How much is the breast pump now?
Few hundred.
100 only now.
Few hundred.
Okay, child care center and kindergarten. Okay, for parents who send their children aged up to 6 years old, okay, to child care or kindergarten, you can claim a tax relief of up to 1,000, and only one of the parents can claim. And you must remember that the child care and kindergarten must be registered with the Department of Social Welfare or Ministry of Education before you can claim the relief. Okay, I don't know how many of you check when you send your child there. Okay, changes to the RPGT. Okay, not much. Previously, if there is selling or gift between relatives, okay, there's a no gain, no loss. Okay, and the donor, irrespective of whether you're a Malaysian citizen or a non-citizen. Okay, but now the changes is the donor must be a Malaysian citizen, that's all. Okay, to enjoy this no gain, no loss when you dispose of your asset to your relative, father, mother, brother, sister. Okay, you look at the citizenship. Okay, GST. Again, I'm going to run through the major changes only. What are the changes in the GST? For disabled person, okay, if you purchase equipment, the current position is there is a relief on the GST, and you must be registered with the Social Welfare Department. Okay, but the changes is more relaxed. Okay, so as long as you have a OKU card holder, including non-PCE, and you buy equipment, you get to enjoy the relief, and the relief is expanded to additional 20 types of equipment. Okay, liability to register. Remember in your text 2 you learn what is the amount? 500,000. Okay, how do you compute the 500,000? Current position is you exclude all this supply to calculate your liability to register as a GST registrant. So what is the changes? You can exclude capital assets if your business is ceasing, okay, and free zone, okay, transaction with or between free zones. Okay, this is quite technical, right? Imported services. Okay, so for those businesses who transact a lot with overseas, if you have imported services, there's a change in the time of supply. Right? So the time of the supply currently, if you have imported services, is the earlier of these 2 dates. Okay? The proposed is the time of the supply has been changed. instead of date invoice issued by overseas supplier, now it's the date of invoice received. Okay, because there's a time lag. Okay, the overseas supplier may issue the date, today, but you only enjoy the services 1 month later. Okay, so now it dates. Okay, this is the issue. Okay, penalty for late payment of GST has been revised, and it includes non-registered person. Okay, we will see how it applies to non-registered person. Okay, the penalty is now increased 10%, 20%, and 40%. It's quite a lot. Late payment of GST. So this is my last slide. Okay. Supply of land to government or local authority. The current position is treated as a relief. Okay. So if it's treated as a relief, you can still claim input tax credit. Okay, but now they change it to consider if you supply of land to government or local authority, it becomes neither a supply of goods or services. So you can no longer claim input tax credit on the related transaction if you have anything.